Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. Another Topic Tuesday for you. Just in case you're not aware, if this is your first video here with me, Topic Tuesday is just an Instagram. It used to be run by Jody's Polish here on YouTube. Now it is run by somebody else. I don't know who. I really need to just look at it, right? And what it is every single week they post different topics that you can respond to either on Instagram or here on YouTube. And I choose YouTube because I like to talk too much about nail polish. So every Tuesday I just like to come here, pick a topic, kind of whatever I feel like doing. I think I'm pretty much caught up at this point. I don't like to do every single topic that they post because some of them are just like, what's your favorite yellow polish? And I'm like, how do I talk for I can talk for 20 minutes about my one favorite yellow polish, but I don't think anybody's going to watch that. So I try to pick things that I think are going to be a little bit more interesting. And today's topic is, what are your worst manicure habits? And before we get into that, just, you know what? I just caught a glimpse of myself in my fake viewfinder, and I'm like, man, nothing matches. All right, so I gotta say, like, my eye makeup doesn't match my lips, which doesn't match my sweatshirt, which certainly doesn't match my nails. So I'm sorry that you have to look at me. You ever just put on a bunch of stuff that you're like, yeah, I love this and I love that and that looks cool, and then you put it all together and it looks like a 5-year-old dressed you? That's just my style. Anyways, let's get into the actual bad habits. So the way I'm going to approach this is just, I'm going to talk about my bad habits, but I'm also going to talk about how I'm trying to overcome these bad habits, because I feel like when you reach this level of awareness that you're like, I'm doing something that's not good for me or is just not a good thing to do, you should then go, well, what do I do to take the steps to kind of reverse that? I think that you should always be kind of working on yourself in different ways. I don't know, maybe that's annoying to some people, but I don't know. I'm somebody who, I have a fear of just stagnating, and I don't want to do that. And so I always want to be making improvements on myself and my life, even if it's just something as simple as how I take care of my nails, right? And so when I first started doing my nails, I was like, why aren't they growing? Why do they look bad? Why are they always breaking, peeling? Even when they do grow out, they just don't look as nice as other people's. And I realized it was because I have a lot of bad habits. And the more I watched other people take care of their nails on YouTube, I realized, there are ways I can prevent this. I just have to put in a little effort. So the first bad habit that I really, really have pretty much all but overcome is picking at peeling nail polish. And the way that I circumvent this one is, the second my nail starts peeling, take it off, paint them again. Don't even give yourself a chance to pick at them. There's just something that, like, there's really something satisfying when you start to see a chip start peeling it all off. But the thing is, when you have like those really raggedy chipped nails, I feel like it just looks kind of dirty. It looks like a little bit, depending on the color especially, it can look a little bit unsanitary. I used to wear, when I was younger, and I was going through my very intense emo phase, I would only wear black nail polish. And then you'd pick it off and it would start to chip. You'd start picking at it and you'd have black nail polish under your nails, so it made your nails look even dirtier. And, that's part of the aesthetic, so that's fine there. But any other look, I just don't think it looks that great. So like I said, I just completely take it off and I repaint the nails, because I started to notice too, when I was peeling at the nail polish, sometimes it would pull off thin layers of my actual nail, which is, as we all know, is not good for if you have peeling nails and the strength of your nails. And so if I really want to pick at something, sometimes I'll just do a manicure with peel off base coat. And then I have the satisfaction of being allowed to peel something off while at the same time not doing too much damage to my actual nail. Okay, so my second bad habit is probably my biggest and worst offense, and that is forgetting to oil and moisturize. There are a lot of times where, like, I get into this cycle where I'm doing it 2 to 3 times a day at least, I'm doing really well, and then I just kind of fall off for whatever reason. I look down at my work desk and it's got like these like glossy spots where oil has just gotten everywhere, because, man, as nice as it is, as nice as it makes your nails look, I get it everywhere. Because I use my fingers to like rub it in, and then I immediately start touching other things, my laptop, all my keyboards, my computer mouse, my coffee table that's sitting in front of me. I can just see all these glossy oil spots just reflecting from the ring light. And it's just kind of, I don't know, I feel embarrassed about it. I feel like it looks a little bit gross. I doubt anybody notices, but the worst is when I've like oiled my nails and then like the guy in the cubicle diagonal from me will be like, oh, here's these documents. It'll hand me a folder and I grab the folder and it just leaves like 5 just oily fingerprints on it. And I'm like, ooh, okay. So I clean my desk at least once a week at work just because I just don't want anybody to see that. But yeah, so I start to fall off around that point where I start to feel like shame about it. And then, there'll be one day where I paint my nails and I get my nails under the ring light, under the camera, and I look through the viewfinder and I go, oh my God, emergency, because my cuticles are like desert dry. And then I gotta drown them in nail oil, which in turn just gets everywhere and makes it worse. So I'm just trying to keep nail oil around me at all times. I have some by my bed. I have like 6 by my couch. I have 1 in my bag, 1 at my work desk, and 1 in my car. And that way I have it everywhere. It's kind of like a no excuse thing because there are times where I'm like, oh, I just forgot it, because I used to only have like 1 little bottle and it would go with me everywhere. And if you forgot to bring it to work, well, then you were kind of screwed. But now I keep them everywhere. There's really no excuse. So at this point, it's really just me being stubborn. I think I just need to set some alarms in my phone as a reminder to just kind of force the habit, because that's how I've ended up helping a lot of habits grow in my life. Positive habits like if I forget medications and things like that, I set reminders in my phone so that it pops up and then I have to physically, swipe it away and say, okay, done. But I won't do that until I've actually done whatever it's telling me to do, like take those pills or post my photos to Instagram. That's another one I always forget. So I have a Insta post reminder as well. But yeah, so that's the one that I think still needs the most work. And I need to figure out how to just not get oil on everything. And then the last one is just letting my hands get too wet. And this one is almost unavoidable as far as, the actual letting them get wet too much. So it's more about how I handle it in the interim. And, things like washing your hands, taking a shower, you should be doing those things. I'm not going to tell you you have to. I'm not your mom, but take a shower. But for me, it's the hand washing that is the hardest. So I can't touch food. I have a really hard time touching food with my bare hands. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I can finally touch the food. I can do it, but I have to wash my hands immediately. I don't like having food residue on my hands. And so like, for example, with cooking for myself, that it shows kind of a big problem. Like yesterday, a meal I cooked, I went and I cut up the tofu and then I had to wash my hands. And then I went and I cut up the onion and I had to wash my hands. And then I cut up the bok choy that was going in there and then I washed my hands. And then I had to coat the tofu in cornstarch, so I did that and then I washed my hands. And then I had to put the food into the frying pan and then I had to wash my hands. And so when you wash your hands, once, it's fine. But when you're washing your hands 20 times in the span of an hour because you have that kind of an issue, it does a lot more to your nails than if you just wash your hands once. And so like my nails get really soft and I have to be really careful, and it's really frustrating. It's something that's really difficult for me, and I'm trying to get better about the hand washing thing. But ultimately it's just a tick that I have to deal with. There are ways around it. I could wear food safe gloves and then I would not feel compelled to wash my hands. However, I feel like food safe gloves are wasteful because they are plastic and I don't want to put as much, I want to reduce my plastic into the environment as much as possible. But also it just takes me a step back in my own problem of not being able to touch food. So I just need to learn to not wash my hands as much. So there's that one. That one is a whole other can of worms for me. But as far as showering goes, that one's not so bad. I just have to be careful when I wash my hair. If you watch my nail care routine video, I talk about this a little bit. But it's just, you have to be careful when you're washing your hair because your nails get really soft. And then once you get out of the shower, your nails are still soft and really bendable, and even tearable to a degree. Like rippable, not terrible, but they're tearable. And so what I do to circumvent damaging anything like that while I'm waiting for them to dry is I just sit on my bed and I watch TikToks for like 30 to 45 minutes. Time flies. And then your nails are dry and you can go and do the rest of your routine. So yeah, those are my 3 main bad habits. I think really those are the only nail related bad habits I can think of. Well, I do have one like bonus one, but I'm just stupid for it. And that's just sometimes when you can't open a can and I don't want to go get a spoon, I do sometimes use like the edge of my thumb to like lift it up just a little bit. And then I bring the actual like meat of my other thumb and open it the rest of the way. And I shouldn't do that. And that's going to cause me some distress in the future. And I know that, but that is going to be all my fault. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments. Do you guys have any bad habits regarding your nails? I know one of the big ones that people tend to have is, tearing or like biting their nails. I've never been a nail biter. It's just never appealed to me. I think it's because my dad carries nail clippers with him everywhere he goes, and he clips his nails like once a day because unlike me, he likes to have like bare bone, like nub nails. So I've always just had access to clippers. I've never felt the need to bite them. So that was just never a bad habit I had. But like I said, I did have like the peeling at your nail polish one that everyone seems to have as well. But yeah, just let me know what kind of bad stuff do you guys do to your nails? How do you beat them up? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.